I have just logged in to WebHost, and now I'm going to go to the C panel, the control panel, where I can administer my account and also upload my files to the web server. So as you see, there are a lot of administrative tools here. On the right, there is your account information. Notice this is my domain name and the username. This is actually the username for my FTP. When I log into WebHost, my username is my email address. So if I scroll down, notice you can actually set up email for yourself at that domain. Do a lot of nice things here. This is a nice free application. Here's a couple. Here we already looked at two different file managers that will allow us to upload our files. Your FTP details will give you more information about FTP. So should you want to use a third-party FTP client, such as Smart FTP or FileZilla, you can just go here and click on the link and download the application, or you can Google it. You will need several pieces of information: the FTP host name, which is generally the URL of your website, the username. Now remember, this is the FTP username. It's different than the username to log into your account. The password is generally the same unless you set a different password. All right, so let's take a look. So here's the information should you need to get it. So let's take a look at using FileZilla. All right, here we are. This is FileZilla, and let me just go down there. There you go. You can see the name up here. And my cursor over the field, it gives me a tooltip. How nice. Okay, so WEBD 162 dot host56.com, and I'll just paste my username in and my password. The port. We have different ports in which we connect to do different types of things, and here again, when I put my cursor over it, it will tell me the default port for FTP is 21. And if I click, provided everything is typed in correctly, now notice these are all my little Unix commands coming on here. And what it has done, if you notice, there's two parts of my application here. The first part, this is my computer. It says local site. This is my web server right up here. Well, this is my web server right over here. Actually, this on the right-hand side here, this is the web server. On the left-hand side, this is me. This is my computer. So remember, everything goes into the public underscore HTML. This is the way this server is set up. That's your root. If I double-click, notice there we are. These are the files that I uploaded the last time. So should I? And over here, this is my computer. So if I wanted to upload for the very first time, I would navigate to my computer. For example, here's the desktop. And when I click on this folder desktop, it shows me the folders in my desktop. So whatever folder, wherever it is that you were to click on, it would show you what's in that folder down here. So I'm on the desktop, and I can scroll down, and there's tutorial 1. All right, if I double click, here's my files. So if I wanted to actually upload a file, all I can actually do is click and drag. Notice it's attached there. All right, and notice it's telling me that it already exists. Do I want to overwrite it? I can overwrite it, I can cancel. So as you develop your web applications, you would develop the applications on your computer, and as you made modifications to, say, index.html, and you want to re-upload it to your the web server, you just access your application, select the file, drag it over, and voila, there it is. It's on the server. Okay, supposing we want to, I'm selected there, supposing I want to create a new folder. If I wanted to create a new folder, remember another name for a folder is a directory. I can right-click. Remember, this area is public underscore HTML. There's the folder, it's open, and this is it. All right, I can right-click here, and I can create a directory. So I'm going to create a directory here, and notice the path. Look how nice. I'm going to call this Dave, and I will say OK. Now there's my folder. There's my folder Dave. If I double click, now I have access Dave, and here's my structure. And this is what I'm talking about in class when I say that everything has to be relative to the root. This is where your home page is, index. This folder essentially is equivalent to your URL. So any other folders you would create here. So you can just transfer them from your computer up to here. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to load all of these files into, they're already in my root, but I'm going to put them over here anyway. All right, so I've selected them, and I'm going to drag, and there they are. So I just moved all those files over here, and notice at the bottom it's showing you what's going on. Here they are. There's my files. Here's my Unix commands up here. Every time you do something, it's showing you what's happened. All right, so if I were to go into my browser now, and I were to type in my URL, which is webd162.host56.com, remember, this takes me into my home. It loads the default file. Now, remember, I just created a folder called Dave, and in that folder there is also, it's the same thing as we're looking at, but the point I want to make is that in that folder there is also another default file, which is index.html. So all I need to do, or .htm, so all I need to do is to access that folder, hit the Enter key, and voila, there we go. Okay, so this illustrates this concept of this default file that automatically loads, so you don't have to actually put. It just saves you a little bit of time. All right, so this is FileZilla. It's free. Here again, we have some menu bars customizing it. Here's some Unix commands for the server. This is my computer. There's my folders. The folder is open. There's my files. On the right-hand side, it's the server. There's my directory structure, or folders. They call them directories. You click to see what's in it. I click to go back. Now I'm back in public. Notice they have what's called an htaccess file. That's some Unix stuff. Don't worry about it. Okay, so this is pretty much the end of my demonstration for FTP. And remember, you can always FTP from the control panel, which is on the server.